Welcome to today's Red Talk. Today we're going to talk about communication, an incredibly important part of how we interact. Communication has 4 component parts, and all 4 have to occur for communication to occur. The first 2 parts are in the minds of the sender or senders. The second 2 parts are in the mind of the receiver or receivers. And this is incredibly important because we need to be able to share ideas. Communication is the art of taking one idea from one mind completely intact and sharing it with another mind. And that is complicated, and it's a lot of fun. So let's talk about it for a minute. The first step is intent. Somewhere in your 4-pound brain, you form a thought. Something chemical, something electrical happens. And you form this thought, and you want to share that with somebody. You could form intent very quickly or very slowly, either way. If this building caught on fire right now and the fire alarm went off, we would communicate with each other very quickly on how to get out, how to make sure that everybody was safe. On the other hand, it took over 12 months for me when I was forming the intent to propose to Virginia Miller, the lady that later became my wife. And 24 years and 2 beautiful children later, I'm happy to report that was really good communication and it worked out really well. So first we have intent, and then we encode that intent into some kind of language. It could be verbal or it could be nonverbal. And we then send that encoded language to the person that or people that we're trying to communicate with. Ihichalema getalich baba butch. Didn't get that? Let me try it again. Ihichalema getalich baba butch. Now, did you not get that because you're stupid? No. Did you not get that because I'm stupid? No. You didn't get that because you were not able to decode the language that I spoke, the language that I encoded my intent. That was from a children's song that I learned when I was 3 years old in Ethiopia, the son of missionaries. So you have to be able to speak and understand the language that's being spoken. That's part of decoding. There's also some ways that we decode unspoken language. Let me test you a little bit, see if you get this. What am I sending right now? Well, if you were able to decode that I was impatient and waiting for somebody, you got it right. That's intent, encoding, and now you were able to decode. Did you know you can send 2 messages at once, and they can be conflicting messages? This can be really confusing. Let me give you an example, just an old-fashioned example. Say you come home from work, and you're tired, and you've worked a long, hard day, and you come home, and your spouse is sitting just inside the doorway like this. And you walk to her, and you say, "How are you doing?" And she says, "Fine." Well, you got 2 messages at the same time. One was verbal. She said she was fine. The other was nonverbal, and she was not fine. And if you choose to walk right by and go directly to your man cave and do whatever it is that you do in your man cave, you're probably going to get the opportunity to sleep on the couch tonight. On the other hand, if you stay and engage and absorb and listen and try to help, even though it's painful, you're going to benefit the relationship. So far we have intent, encoding, and decoding. The 4th is understanding. And to illustrate this, I'll just say that the little boy took the exhaust pipe and stirred it up with the soup, and they ran after the kitten, but the roof had nothing to do with it because his mother made purple pancakes all day long. You were able to decode every word because I spoke it in English and I actually put it into sentences. However, you were not able to understand an underlying message there because I just put a bunch of random words together. If you did understand an underlying message about what I just said, your future may have something to do with straitjackets and rubber rooms. I don't know. In any case, all 4 parts have to happen: intent, encoding, decoding, and understanding. For wise communicators, there's a 5th part. There's no extra charge for this, and that is validation, where you circle back around and ensure that what you were trying to communicate was actually understood. So we call this active listening. where you repeat back in your own words what you thought you heard, where you engage with the person that you're speaking to or the people that you're speaking to and say, did you get that? Did you understand it? It's validation. So in the days of COVID-19, isolation, social distancing, communication has changed somewhat. We're using new tools for communication. 2 months ago, I'd never heard of Zoom or GVS. But now we have these tools, and we have to communicate in different ways. So I want to encourage us all to use good communication hygiene, just like we're using good oral and hand hygiene, washing our hands, brushing our teeth carefully, whatever. Those things that we're trying to do to prevent the spread of disease. Use good communication hygiene too. Make your communication clear, concise, precise, and then double back to make sure that what you were trying to communicate was being understood. Have fun communicating, and like Garrison Keillor said, be well, do good work, and keep in touch.